If you're a property investor and your investment property is vacant, what can you do to change that? Let's discover a few things, and at the very end, I'm probably going to have my number one best advice on what you need to do. So the first thing you need to do is you need to look at the marketing. You need to have a lot better marketing to expose the property to more potential tenants. And quality marketing starts with good photography. So get your property professionally photographed. It's a real surprise how many investment properties I see being marketed now with really low quality photos. We even invest in virtual furniture with investment properties that are sitting empty. Now, in regards to marketing, we also get colour floor plans done on all our investment properties that we're advertising. So get a floor plan done because then tenants can see the layout of the property and how big the room sizes are, etc. Next thing you should do is realestate.com is really popular portal for tenants to be looking at properties, and you can pay for different ad sizes. If you're on there on a standard ad size, not very many tenants are seeing your property. So invest in a bigger ad space. So we invest in the biggest ad space, and we do that because it pushes our investment properties out to as many tenants as possible. Now with marketing as well, this is a bit of a trick. What we do is we advertise all of our rental properties open for inspection weekly. We do it 3 times a week. We do it twice through the week, and we do it once on Saturdays. Now through the weeks, we either do these early mornings before school starts or late afternoon after school finishes to give people time. Now, why do we do this? Well, it sends a message out to the marketplace that this property is available to inspect at these times, and lots of other tenants will be coming through too. So get yourself together and get yourself down to one of these inspections. When people see open homes online being advertised, it creates what's called the fear of loss. Now, you need to get on social media. Facebook has Facebook Marketplace. We get a staggering amount of inquiry on Facebook Marketplace as well, and it's very different from advertising on realestate.com because Facebook Marketplace is conversational, where the tenants will say, "Is this still available?" And we'll reply back, "Yes, it certainly is, and it's fabulous, isn't it? When would you like to see through it? What's your budget? When do you need a property buy?" And we actually start a conversation with these people, and it really engages them. So Facebook Marketplace as well is an excellent place to be marketing your property. Make it really easy for tenants to apply. A lot of property managers do not like tenants to apply and before they've seen the property. They want the tenants to see the property, like the property, and apply. We are completely opposite. We're like, let's make this as easy as possible for tenants. You want to apply before you see the property? Absolutely. Get your information in right now and we'll start to process it. And if you can come along on Saturday and you like the place, your application's half done already. So make it super easy for tenants to apply for the property. Are you getting tenants through, but they're not engaging? They're coming to look, but they're not that interested. Well, what maintenance is due on the property? So to give you an idea, properties within 10 years, investment properties should be internally repainted and you have new carpet done. So if your property has not been painted for over 10 years, it's due to be repainted. If your property's got carpet that's over 10 years old, you're due to have new carpet. So painting is relatively cost affordable. Even carpet today is really cost affordable as well. But there's a couple of additional things that tenants love today that are going to leave till last, which you might find really surprising. You need to consider does your rent need adjusting? Now, there's a mathematical equation to this. So if you're advertising a property for $500 a week and it's empty for 4 weeks, you've just lost $2,000 in rental income. But if you adjust that to $480 a week and you rent it within the first week, over 12 months, you've only lost about $1,000, and it's been over 12 months. Now, I've met landlords in the past where they're adamant they do not want to reduce the rent and they want to keep the rent higher, and the property has sat vacant for way too long and they're losing $4,000. And they should have done a rental reduction of about $20 and get a tenant in, and then they could have moved the rent back up to where it was over time. Now, the thing about rental reductions is this: you shouldn't do a rental reduction unless you've done the other things first. And what I mean by that is this: if you, in the first week, are getting nobody through and no interest, but you've got poor photos, you've got no video, you've got no floor plan, you've got no ad upgrade, you don't know if it's the marketing or if the rent's too high. So you need to do all of those things first. Get all the marketing right. If you've got all the marketing right and you're still not getting inquiry or applications, then you know for sure there's only one thing left, and it's the rent is too high. Make an adjustment to the rent at that stage. But saying all that as well, how soon should you make an adjustment? And the answer is this: you should make an adjustment in the first 1 week. In the first week, if you're not getting inquiry on your rental property, you need to make an adjustment. Move quickly. And the adjustments don't need to be big. You could do $10 the first week, $10 the next week, and $10 the week after that. You don't need to do big rental adjustments. I've seen where we haven't been able to rent a property and we've made a $15 deduction, and all of a sudden we've been swamped with inquiry. Got to consider, do you have the right property manager? Property managers get really busy. It's a crazy busy job. We've recently taken over 2 properties where they'll be managed by other agencies, and both of these properties were empty for around 12 weeks. Both of them for about $500 a week. Both those landlords have just lost about $6,000 in income because their property's been sitting vacant for 12 weeks. Now, these landlords were on the phone to their property managers saying, why won't it lease, what's wrong? And they were getting stories like, the rent's too high, it's the wrong time of the year, the market's really slow. And then they finally came to us, and in less than 14 days, we had tenants placed. Now, oh my God, it took us another 2 weeks. We're talking about, they contacted us, we did professional photos, we did a colour floor plan, we did a video, we did open homes, we did rental applications. So we consider we're doing all these things. To place a tenant with 14 days is pretty quick, but we can do it faster. Last week as well, we had somebody come to us that was self-managing, and they needed new tenants, and we got them new tenants within 4 days, and those tenants moved in within 7 days. So we can move really fast like that as well. But if your property is vacant for more than 2 weeks, you've got to start saying, do I have the right property manager? Is this property manager doing everything they possibly can to place a tenant? Do they care that I've just lost $1,000? For us ourselves as an agency, if one of our investment properties is empty for 7 days, we feel sick. We're like, why is this empty still, and why have we just lost our client $500? If it's empty for 2 weeks, we're like, oh my goodness, our client has just lost $1,000, 3 weeks, $1,500. So we are really hyper aware that part of our job as managers is to protect our client's investment and maximize the return. And a vacant property is one of the biggest ways of losing money as an investor. And you just need to do something about it really quickly. We like to advertise all of our properties with pets on application. So a lot of our landlords said, no pets at all. That's fine. But we still advertise pets on application, and there's a really good example. We've got a brand new property now that we had trouble getting somebody into, and we advertised with pets on application. And what that meant was we got a really good applicant who's got 2 indoor cats. She keeps this home, it's brand new, she keeps it like a display home. So when we do our routine inspections, it is absolutely faultless. And the 2 indoor cats are there, and the place still smells absolutely beautiful, but she is an impeccable person. I'd say she's OCDD, but the Point is, when you have pets on application, you get a lot more inquiries, and you just say no to the 2 dogs, you just say no to the 3 cats, you just say no to the person who's applied who doesn't have a great rental reference. But if you get somebody apply who's prepared to pay a little bit more and has an impeccable rental reference and has a little tiny miniature poodle, then you've got to go, maybe we need to approve these people. Okay, now here is my biggest tip that you've all been waiting for. In the last 2 years, there's been this really big shift with tenant expectations. Summers are getting longer. It's getting slightly warmer, but more importantly, summers are getting longer. And the biggest thing that we see tenants wanting these days is this: fans in every bedroom. Actually, fans in every room. Fly screens and air conditioning. If your rental property doesn't have fans, or only has a few fans, or doesn't have fly screens, invest in an upgrade to get all that done. Okay? Then get at least one big air conditioner installed in the living space. With one air conditioner in the living space and fans, you can actually use that one large air conditioner and the fans to pull the cool air through the rest of the home. Now, if your home is particularly big, maybe you need a large system in the living space and then a small system in the main bedroom. But all this sort of stuff is an investment in your investment property. It's going to get you better quality tenants. They're going to stay longer and they're going to pay more as well. So hope that's helped. Look, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updates.